Okay, fools, Brent with AOB back. Okay, we have another $1,000 bounce today, but we're going to do something a little different. I've done this once in the past, and we're just going to do it again. What we're going to do is we are going to bet on black. End of story. We're on the French table, so at least we get half back. Every bet, win or lose, we're going to increase it by 1 unit, 5, 10, 15, 20, all the way up. And we have $1,000. Let's see how we do. No matter what, we're going to ladder up. Last time it worked out well for us. Let's see what it does this time. We ended at 3680 is our new balance. 184 is our nice to have. There we go. So no matter what, we're going up 1 unit. No matter what, win, lose, we're just going to go up 1 unit. Let's see if it works out the same it did last time. I've got $1,000 balance. If you're asking yourself, you know, hey, this is the lifer program. This absolutely does not fall in the kind of category that I want you to play. That being said, I'm just trying to break some stuff up here, guys. I'm trying to break up some stuff for me. I am in a little bit of a funk after those big losses I've had after the last couple of weeks. So I'm just trying to lighten up a little bit, bring some, I don't know, levity to this thing. I don't know. So we're just going to go. By the way, now we're at $15. By the way, I'm reinstating a bounty. And if you come into our Discord, and let me see what that channel is. If you come into our Discord, there is a sub channel called Bounty for Good Ideas. If you have an idea for let's just call it a mini series of at least 3 videos, it's got to be able to be 3 interesting videos. Prefer at least 5. If you can come up with a really good idea of something I haven't done or something you've seen that would be really interesting, that doesn't take, you know, it's not a huge production, right? You can't say, oh yeah, go to Vegas or, you know, get 6 other YouTubers and have a competition. I mean, you can't do stuff like that. But if you come up with an idea, a really good idea of a series of roulette, live roulette, and it's really, really interesting. Even better if it can be tied into the lifer program, but that's not necessary because I'm going to start not doing the lifer series every single day. I want to get a little bit of other stuff going. You guys really know everything I know about the lifer program so far. I don't think there's anything left. Honestly, I don't think there's anything left I can teach you anymore. You guys fly, leave the nest, fly. I did tell you in the last one, let me make sure I know what I'm talking about. I did tell you I was going to name one person who will be on the lifer program if they want to be. And I'll tell you that in the next session, not this session right now. I'll tell you that in the next session. And then I will be looking to pick a couple of their names. Remember, I'll be on vacation till about the 18th. So I won't be back until then. All right, we're at 25. We're just going to keep plugging away here. Going to keep plugging away. I mean, this goes really bad if we get into a really long string of reds here, which this Prague table's prone to do. Now, luckily, I went in the history, the stats, and it looked like black was hitting 51% to like 48% or 47%, and then green was like 2% or something. So anyway, get in there. It's called Bounty for Good Ideas. If you post an idea in there, I will reward you depending on how good the idea is and depending on how well it's received. Your bounty will be between $50 and $100. $50 and $100 just for a good idea. Not bad. I mean, you're not going to retire. You're not going to become a lifer, but you could take that $50 or $100 and that's seed money right there. That's seed money, right? So let me know, get in there. And if you do get in there for bounty or good ideas, make sure you tag me right? Use the @ symbol and put my Discord username in there so that I know that you're hitting me up and I'll come take a look at it. And in the title, just put, YouTube bounty or something like that, YouTube idea. And post it. Let's see what we can do. Again, it can't be something complicated where I got to get mods involved or I got to do this. It's pretty much just got to be, I mean, you can. If you have a super idea, I can look at those and I can see what we can do. But It's best if it's just me and the table, you know? So, food for thought. Okay. How are we doing? You know, we're banking on, because we're stair-stepping up, we're banking on being able to get a little bit of a run of a red here. As far as I'm concerned, this is highly risky. It worked out well for us last time because at the end, when your bet's getting big, we started hitting on it all on black last time. So let's see. Oh man, come on, dude. That's why I didn't want to play this here, but the evolution French table is gone, so I can't. Let's see here. I'm going to tell you. Give me 1 second. Okay, I'm just looking at, I think it was 20, right? Not quite 20. All right, there we go. But now we got to win a couple in a row, right? So that's why the downside of this. But actually, if we do, is it 18 steps? So, nope, that's 855. I should have mapped this out ahead of time, but I didn't really care. Basically, we're going to have 19 steps to get to 1,000. Now, obviously, if we're in positive, we could go to 20 steps, but we're going to have 19 bets. That would be $950 worth of bets. Come on, man. All right, I don't like this dealer. He's a demon seed. He's a demon seed. All right, the good news is we're betting $55. That gets us into profit. The bad news is if he decides to go on a red run, man, at some point, you know, obviously there's going to be no recovery, but we're going to play it through. We're going to do 19 steps. We've got 10 right now. We're going to do 19 steps, do or die. And we won't lose at this point because we've won 5. So we won't lose our entire bankroll. I just thought this would be kind of a break in. Yes, bang. Okay, there we go. We need a run, dude. Give us a run. Here we go. And it's simple. It's super easy, right? Once we complete this, I'm going to think about something else for the next session that we really haven't played much. And I'm not sure what that's going to be yet. I'm trying to think of things that actually can work, that aren't bad, that aren't just total, complete novelty strats, right? I'm trying to come up with, I'm trying to think of stuff that I can show you. I have an idea what I could show you. Bang! All right, but remember, this all goes away in one loss plus one loss, 2 losses, and that's gone, right? I suggest if you hit this, we take our money and we lower this down to $1 bets, but I'm committed to driving this through. Okay. I hope you guys are all having or had a good weekend. I'm recording this ahead of time, just so I can get a jump and start stacking up some videos so that if I can't record or when I go on vacation, there's not this big lull like you guys had last time. But I really would like, yes, bang. All right, here we go. 70. The highest bet we'll place is 95. So we have 6, including this one. We have this one plus 5 more left. And like I said, it only takes a couple reds in a row or 1 or 2 reds at the very end to sabotage the whole thing. So let's see how it does. If someone comes into Discord and wants to take advantage of the bounty and provides a good idea, and it's received well. It's got to be a good idea. Just because I play it doesn't mean it's a good idea. It's got to be received well by, all the viewers. Yes! I love the English on that ball. You see that ball wiggling around in there? Normally I'd be cursing that. What? That was right in the red pocket. Magnets. So yeah, if I come up with a good idea, then I'll probably crank some of those out. But right now, man, I really got to finish this video and then I got to get my taxes done. I am dragging my ass. I put a tax list together yesterday. I hate taxes. I absolutely hate taxes. It's so overcomplicated. I am a proponent of progressive flat tax. That's what I'm a proponent of. Okay, there is a loss, meaning there's no deductions. There's no this, there's no that. It's a flat. Here's how much you made. Here's the percentage because you fall into an income bracket. It's just a flat. So if you make $0 to $20,000, maybe it's nothing or something. I'm not the genius around this, but if you make 20,000 to 35,000, you're at a flat 8% tax bracket, and the tax bracket is just flat. And then when you get up to whatever, people would have to discuss it. I know that it would never. It would be very difficult to pass because. Oh, come on now. See, that's when we say it's rigged. Rigged. All right, guys, we need to win these last two. We need to at least win one of these. If we can win one of the last two, or no, excuse me, there's three. We need to win at least one of the three to keep us out of from going way down. No one's going to agree on what those tax levels are. We're going to have a disagreement. Should people who make over 500,000, why are they being penalized at a higher tax rate or whatever? And I'm not going to get into that. I just think we need to simplify the code. Here's how much money you made through. Oh, come on, this dude. All right. This is it. We got this and one more, and that is it. It would be glorious if we could win both of these. It'd be absolutely glorious if we could win both of these. We're at 11:55, so we got this and one more. If we could win both of these, then we'd be up nicely in profit. It'd be nicely in profit. Do I recommend this strategy to you? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I mean, absolutely not is all I can say. Bang! All right, there we go. All right. How far were we down? We were down minus 35. All right, here we go. Here is the last one. This either puts us up a nice profit for this first session, or we have to battle back in the second session. And so what we'll do is, if we lose this, the beginning of the second session, I will go back to like some 5 double street spins and just get back to even at least. And then we'll look at another thing. Any questions you might have about the Lifer program? Again, I think you guys pretty much have it all. It's more difficult, I realize, to actually. Oh, come on! It was in there. All right, let's just recover here so that we're not carrying over. Okay, we got time. All right, $100. That's 20. We're gonna see if we can get 2 of these. And dang, if we had hit that one. I mean, we had a good run of blacks here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5 out of 6 blacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4 out of 5 reds. So I can't really complain about it. It's just where you get them, and we got them at the very end, right? If we had 1, 2 in a row at the very end, we would have been up. There we go. There's a win. Let's get one more, and I'm just leaving the 1-4 double street here and 0 open. So anyway, if you got any questions about the Lifer programs or anything that you feel has not been covered, either DM me in Discord or, post a question in chat, and I'll take a look at that and go, oh, I guess I haven't really covered this, or this part has not been explained well. If you go to AOB University YouTube channel, there I have an updated video on how to use crypto, right? How to do that. All right, we're even Steven. I'm not leaving it at even Steven. I'm not leaving it. We got time for 2 more spins. So let's make some coin. Go to AOB University. I have an updated video on how to transfer crypto, how to get crypto starting from your bank account all the way to a casino. So you can watch that one. I'm thinking about doing an even yet another update to make it I'm going to watch it and see if I can't make it even easier to understand. I did actual transfers from my accounts. I'll probably take screenshots next time, because if I take a screenshot, I can edit the screenshot to make sure that I'm not showing any sensitive information. If I don't, I have to go back through and post edit it and look for everywhere during the video and put blurry spots. And it's hard because if you put a blurry spot, you have to adjust that blurry spot so it doesn't go beyond a certain number of frames. Otherwise, it'll have a blurry spot on a scene that doesn't have the same layout on the screen because I moved. It's just a massive pain. So I'll take a look and see if I can take screenshots and then make a much more simplified version of it. I think it was pretty detailed, but go to AOB University channel. Oh, sweet. All right, there we go. $40 on our first session. I mean, we were as high as 205. That's okay, because I said, oh, this is what we're going to do. That's okay. All right, we're going to just take a quick break right now. I'm going to go stretch my legs. When we come back, I'll figure out what we're doing next. I have no idea. And back in a flash. Cheers. All right, let's get back to it, fools. I decided what we're going to do next. So what we're going to do next, we're going to play an Aussie Pete strategy that I saw on Roulette Master. And look at this red. We're going to go with red, man. And the way this works is it's follow the winner. So I guess I didn't even have to say, let's go with red. It's follow the winner. You pick whatever the outside even money bets, which are the high, low, even, odd, red, black, the 1-to-1 even money bets. And you really want to play those, remember, on the French table, because we get 50% of our entire bet back should it hit zero. Okay. Now, the way it was played, of course, is that you set a target. In our case, we're going to set a target of 5 units. And maybe I should have set a target of 10 units. Now we're going to set a target of 5 units. So you set a target of 5 units. So in this case, $5 is our target. On losses, you're going to go up 2 units. On wins, you're going to go up 1 unit. So it's a positive progression and pseudo positive progression because it also has a negative progression. Hybrid progression. Come on. No, come on. So, 1, 2, that was what, 3, 4, 5. So shoot, you know what I should have, what did we start with? $40. So we need to get to 45. So we are going to keep going up 2 units on losses, 1 unit on win until you get to 5. Now let's just say we win this and we are at, you can see we're at a $5 bet. Let's say we win this, right? And we get back to $41. We're not going to go 5 plus 1 on win because the difference, the delta between where we're at and where we need to bet, that, yeah, now, are you serious? Now he decides to ping pong. I mean, this is incredible. You only need to bet if the amount you need to bet is bigger than the amount needed to get to that next milestone. You reduce your bet just to get that milestone. Once you get to that milestone, you start all over at 1 unit. Then we'll go to 10, 2 units on loss, 1 unit on win. And you keep that. So if we keep winning, we're going to keep adding $2, $2. All right, there we go. So we're at 38. We need to get to 45. So we were at 7. We keep it at 7 now. I'm not going to add 1 unit to it because we're at 38. We need to get to 45. That's 7 units away. So we're going to hold at 7. Okay, I don't mind this strategy. It has worked in the past. Unfortunately, because of the way the progressions are, this can be one of those strategies where I've played it where it just literally stair steps down and it gets very, very difficult to recover. No, come on, man. All right. 7, 8, 9. All right, so we're going to go 9. We're at $31. This would get us to 40 if we win this. If it gets us to 40, our next bet is what? I sort of feel like Bill Nye the Science Guy. Hey, kids, if I get to 40, what is our next bet? $5. Okay, yeah. I can just hear the crowd of kids screaming, $5. All right. Okay. That's dumb. The things that go through my head. Bang. There we go. So we're at 40. Now we're going to drop this all the way to 45. So I do like that aspect that you're only going for that target and you're going to keep lowering your bet. It's sort of the progressions, saving your progressions, right? So I do like this aspect. And as your bet getting bigger, if you win a couple in a row, you can recover decently. But like I said, if you start getting down there ways, it can be, the bets can get pretty big and it can be difficult to recover. I've had 50-50 mix on this. So I think like anything, progressions are life. Of course not, dude. All right, we're going back to 7. All right. So wait a second. Did we win on that one? We did win on that one. You knucklehead. So we're going to go back to 1 and I'm going to reset my graph. We can keep track of how much money we have down here. We have a balance of 144 plus a bet. So we have $45. This will make it much easier for us to track to get to that $5 target. I believe when I was watching Roulette Master's video, I believe he said, Aussie Pete says to 5 units is what you set your target at, but I don't fully remember, but I think it was 5 units. I was going to play this with $5 units, but you know what? I really, really, really like the 3680 balance that we had coming into this. And I'm really set to run this thing up. I'm really set to just kind of sink my teeth in it. I will not do any play that is not on stream, okay, on recording. So, all right, there's 1. Now we're going to go up 2 units, or we're going to go up 1 unit to 2 total units. All right, if this gets us, if we win this, we're at 3. What will our next bet be, kids? You got it. All right, I just want to make sure you guys fully understand. Always the max bet is the difference between where you're at and where you need to be. Always. That's the max bet. That's the max bet. Okay. So yeah, I like where I'm at. 3680. We made some serious tracks on the previous day. I mean, it's so tempting to, keep doing that, but that's not what this is about. I really don't want this being about digital. I really want you guys to learn roulette. I mean, when I was in Vegas and Big Foltz and crew, Cody was there. I mean, I think he actually ended up really liking roulette and seeing, he really loved 5 double streets. I need to go down and teach him some other strategies, but I think once he plays a bunch, I think he's going to end up liking 5 double streets. Now, what we were also doing for fun at the VIP room, bang, this is what we need. We need her. All right, we're at $5. Next stop, $10. I'm just going to keep wiping this out. So we always have to just focus on 5. What we were doing is we were actually kind of playing partners, and I was always worried that the casino pit boss and the dealer were going to watch us. And a couple times they were watching us, and then they started like looking at us and whispering, and I was like, uh-oh. And what we were doing is we were both playing 5 double streets, but we were making sure we always left the open street. We each had our own open street. A couple times we did have the same double street, just because after a while we were getting so comfortable and we were doing so well that we were just betting how we wanted. Most often we weren't leaving open the same double street. So in that case, what you can do is if you both leave a double street open, and the casino really shouldn't care because the odds don't change, right? The EV doesn't change. So the idea is, though, if we both leave a different double street open and one gets whacked, we both increase our bets, right? Leaving another double street, not the same. And the recovery is kind of, the risk is spread between 2 people, the recovery, et cetera. How that translate over time? Oh man. Yes. All right. Where are we at? $2. We're going to leave it at 3. We're going to leave it at 3. If that makes any sense. So it was a lot of fun, and it worked out really, really well for us, to the point where towards the end of the night, he was super fluid with it. I mean, he's a super smart guy. He's been gambling for a long time. So it's not like roulette is completely brand new to him. I mean, I literally only had to tell him once on the French table what this, 3 units here and then 1 unit, or 2 units on the dozen. I literally only had to tell him that one time. And I was expecting at the table to have to be like, okay, no, that's wrong. You're putting, 3 units on low, and then you're putting 1 unit on the 1-4 double, and he didn't. He took off. Now, the good news is what made it easier is that we were on a standard table, even though it had Le Partage, it doesn't have this stupid layout. Okay. So I think that also made it easier visually because he knew he was covering 3 units on down here and he had to go to the opposite side. I'll have to put him on this board and put him to the test. I think it would just, the dude's smart, man. The dude's smart. So, as are you guys. Most of you guys. Well, maybe not. You're watching this channel. That's pretty sus. That's pretty sus if you're actually smart. There are probably way more better uses of your time. All right, we're at 10 minutes. We're going to keep going to see how this goes. We've hit our target twice, right? So we're at 154. We were at 1,040. We're at 1,054. So we're doing okay. Bang, $2. And we're going to just repeat the bet because we only need $3 to get to our target of 5. So anyway, yeah, I really want you guys to learn roulette because then to me, I don't know how many of you watch MMA or UFC fighting, but I agree with all the announcers, Joe Rogan, all these people, whether you love them or hate them, that I feel like the best fighters overall come from a wrestling background or some sort of grappling, background, because they have such a great ground game that it's really not a threat to them. And then they can work on their boxing. But if you're just a boxer, I think you're way more one-sided, and it's much harder to learn to be a really good grappler. Whereas in grappling, like I said, you can learn boxing, and then you have that, you can rely on taking somebody down. If you're getting hit or something and you're losing, you can try to get it to the ground. I feel that way about gambling, table games. I think like roulette, if you can get roulette down, that is the best foundation for all the other games. That is the best foundation. All right, we were at 5, so we're going up one more. We're going to go to 10. I didn't reset the graph, so we're adding 2 units, so we got to get to 10. Anyway, that's just my opinion. Like, for example, I don't feel this, to me, challenges your thinking of the odds and the bet placement and the risk and the return, high coverage versus low. If you play blackjack, you don't have that really. You could say you have a little bit if you decide to split your cards and if you want to double up on a hit, but there's basic strategy that you could literally just follow basic strategy and do what it tells you to do. Bang. All right, we leave it at 2. Leave it at 2. We're on a nice red run. And so I feel the same way. So I really want you guys to get really, really proficient, because when you get proficient in this, learning baccarat, learning blackjack, learning pai gow, easy compared to this and craps. Craps is another good one that is even more complicated than this. The difference is, there's really no difference in terms of, I think this one's easier to learn because there's not, oh man, I knew she was going to do that. All right, we're 6. We're going to go to 4 units here, because we're just doing the delta between where we're at and the max we need, and we only need 4 instead of, this should be 5 if we were lower, right? Because we were at a $3 bet here, we'd be adding 5, but this is only how much we need to get to 10. Craps is an amazing game, and I love its versatility. I love the combinations, everything I love about roulette. That's why I enjoy craps so much as well. However, for me, while I enjoy craps, yes, bang, there we hit it. We're at 13 minutes and 42 seconds. I'm just going to call it there. Where did we end up? 65. We started with 40. So we made $25 in that session. That's really good. So we are up $65. Our North Star is 184. So we're right on track. I mean, relatively on track to meet our target. And the first session was that really risky thing, which I wouldn't really do if I were you. But we're making out well so far. So, oh, I did do 5 double streets to recover, didn't I? Okay. All right. I'm going to take a quick break again. We'll come back for our third and final session, and let's see what I decide to do. I'm not trying to go ballistic in this episode. I may take a couple chances, but I really want to protect my bankroll for the next couple of videos. And I really want to we're at almost at 4,000. I want to get above 4,000 before I give myself any kind of special liberties. All right. Hang tight. I'll be right back. Okay, fools, we're back for our third and final session. We're going to do a strategy that was posted by one of our members, Jax, Jacqs. He saw it on a channel that no longer exists from the Roulette Master, not the real Roulette Master, but I'm just kidding. It was a different one. All right, so let me explain it to you. You pick two numbers on the opposite side of the wheel. For example, you could pick 17 and 31, okay? And I don't think they have to be exact. And you're going to pick 5 neighbors on each side of it, right? So you're going to set on the racetrack, you're going to set it to +5. I chose 0, and I chose, what did I choose? 10. And it's putting 5 on each side. So it's 5, 10, plus the one you choose. That's 11. There's 11. So it's a total of 22 numbers covered. You're going to go up 2 on losses, down 1 on wins. Let me make sure I have that right. I just want to make sure I have that right. Yeah. Nope. Yep. Oh, up 1 on a loser, down 2 on a winner. So we go up 1 unit, up 1 on losers, down 2 units on winner. I mean, the nice thing about this is you don't need, I've saved it for myself. Bang, there's another winner. Wow. I saved the bet so I can just go like that. But you know what? When you have this set to 5, it's so easy to click on that 5, whatever times you need, and then click on here, whatever time you need. Again, you're going to want to set this to +5. And just for clarification, I know most of you probably already know this, if not all of you, whatever plus you set this to, whatever number you click on the wheel, it's going to add that money to each side. So if I click +2 and I click a number, you have that number plus 2 on this side and 2 on this side for a total of 4. Bang, bang, bang. Basically just slightly less than 2 dozens. Does it work better than 2 dozens? I don't know. I mean, obviously your recovery is a little easier because, you don't have to, you have 2 less numbers. So your payout's going to be a little higher. But let's see how this goes. I mean, for me, if I'm going to cover the wheel, I'm going to cover the ends. I think he said something like the Roulette Master, who was a guy from India, had to close his channel because of regulations. He recommends 17 and 31. Looks like he's wrong and I'm right. Although that would have hit a 17. I'm just kidding. I remember his site. He was always posting titles that were like 100% win rate, 100% win rate, stuff like that, And the thing about it is, those type of titles work. They really do. I mean, I can go back through my titles, and any of the ones where I was doing a high coverage system where I'm like, hey, this has a 99.87 probability. Those have 3 times as many clicks. And trust me when I tell you, okay, there's our first loss. So we're going to go up on 1 on win, which in this case is a double. I mean, I really would love to do that for whatever reason. Like I said, I think it's maybe people getting bored, or I took some time off. And anytime you take some time off, I took a week off when I went to Vegas, or maybe even more than a week off, you lose momentum. We were starting to creep back up, but YouTube just will not post us on the home channel. I thought about doing that. So, but I never want to make something that's not true. Okay. I don't want to make something that's not true. All right, here we go. So I'm just going to rebet and add 1 unit, 3 units on there. But it's tempting. It's tempting. So please forgive me if the titles start looking, if at some point or at any point, and I've had some that look really, exaggerated. I try to keep the essence of truth in there with, so please forgive me in advance. I'm trying to beat Google. I'm trying to get around Google, who owns YouTube, by the way, if you don't know. And we've just been so heavily nerfed. It's just ridiculous, especially after that last strike we got. Okay, here we go. By the way, they recommend 1,000 units bankroll. What that means is whatever your bet size is, you want to multiply that by 1,000. Okay. So in this case, I do have $1,000 bankroll. I'm doing $1 units. It's a $22 bet, not 1,000 times your entire bet, your unit size. So if you're putting 10 cents down, 1,000 times 10 cents, not 220. Oh my. Oh my. Well, this is good. I want to see how the recovery goes on this, right? I want to see how the recovery goes. But so far, she went on a nice run of the ends, and now she's on a run on the middles. Maybe you save a bet here and here and you play follow the winner. I think that might be even better. Okay, we're going to do 1 unit. Let's go 17 and 31 and 5 orf. Just going to call that 5 orphelins. Okay, bang. But we got to do it again. Now, how many did we have on there? 5. So we're going to go 3. There. So now we have 3 units. We're up 1 on wins, down 2 on losses. Let's see how we do on this one. Again, if you got a great idea for a series that you'd like to see and you think everybody else would enjoy it, get into Discord, get into the Bounty for Good Ideas channel, write it down, tag me, and if I do that series and it has good results from the viewers, I'll give you anywhere between $50 and $100, okay? All right, there we go. Up 1 on wins. Here we go. All right, we're going to start playing Follow the Winner after this. So that was 34. So I would be switching over to this other one, and you stay in the same progressions. But let's play Follow the Winner, and let's see how that does. I mean, obviously this whole place, it would have been doing better. This would have been a chop anyway. Yeah, no, these would have been wins. Then we would have lose, because these ping ponged. So let's see how it goes. We'll just play around with it. So there's 4 units. That's a hit. All right, we're going to stay here. Repeat 4 units. So we're going 2 units. What I fear on strategies like this that use a ladder progression system up and down is it can be very hard to recover. Because, I mean, now we're going to, you see here on the graph, that wasn't that big of a win, right? And now we're only at 2. We're only going to get a smaller win. So you're really hoping that you're going to get. Now, the good news is as you lower your unit size, your loss, you're hoping that as you lose and increase it, then you win. But I'm not sold on this, but we'll see how it goes. We're at 8 minutes. We're down $100. Bang, bang, bang. All right. So we're going back down to base bet. That went right. That went 4-2. We just go back to base bet. We're not going to go below our base bet unit. So we're back down at 1. I don't know. I have a lot of reservations about systems like this. Certainly you could get on a nice win roll and be going, but you can see, I could easily see this thing a lot of the times just stair stepping. Okay. So we're going to play Follow the Winner moving out. I'll have to remember that. So if we lose here, we'll go to the other one with 2 units. Up 1. There's a winner. All right. We're just going to stay the same. So yeah, help me help you. Help me help you show you the money. All right. Put your ideas in there. I need the support. I need the community to come together and start brainstorming some new ideas. I know some of you might be saying, "Oh no, it's fine. I like I like just seeing grinding out. I don't mind everything every single day because I want to know that this is sustainable. And I get it, but there's a huge majority that don't want to see that. And I mean, I'm not pandering, but I do got to kind of, I can't let, I just don't want to let the channel just completely sink. I mean, we're way off our numbers and there's nothing I can do about that. And I definitely am more focused on streaming. So in that respect, I don't care that much, but I certainly don't. I would certainly want to do the best I can to keep the channel alive for as long as possible. Maybe at some point I just go, I'm beating my head over, beating my head over this and it's just not working. That's a loss. Oh, that is a win. Never mind. I thought it was just outside. All right. Look at this recovery. Are you kidding me? I got to give this thumbs down. We didn't even lose that many. And look how many wins it's going to be taking us to get going. I'm sorry. No bueno. This is out of my book. This is just way too many recovery spins for me. But let's see how it goes. Let's give it a chance. All we are saying is give roulette a chance. Now, no. All right, here we go. We're going 2 units. I think I would much rather go up 2 units on a loss and down 1 unit on a win. I think I might switch over after this. All right. I'm just going to double check. Yep. +1 on loser, -2 on winner. Independent from each of the numbers. Oh. Oh, I see. Independent of each of the numbers. I think what they're saying there is each side bets individually. You keep track of the losses. I wasn't supposed to make it one big bet, I think. Not, no, that can't work because I guess it can. You're going to keep track of if these win, you leave this the same and this one goes up. I think that's what they're saying. This is what you get when you just look at something real quick. Let me take a look. And what it says in the thing. Bang, that's a hit. Good thing we did follow the winner. There we go. Okay. Initial bankroll, session objective, unit value is 1 penny, neighbors 5, unit per number 1. Position number 1, 0, position number 2, 10. So he did it the same way I did, covering 0 and 10 and the neighbors around it. 11 units, 22. If bankroll is more than session base next, okay. He didn't really write anything in there. So I'm going to have to ask him what exactly that means. Am I interpreting it wrong? Bang, we are back. All right. Both progression +1 independent from each of the numbers. Let me ask him. All right, 11. So we're going to go 5 neighbors here. So I'm asking him. I don't think he'll get back to me right now. All right, I'm asking him. So I could have played this totally wrong. Maybe it changes the outcome, I suppose, because you could be ramping up hits on one side and keeping one side lower. Should we try that, gang? Oh my gosh. Was that at 1? Yeah. 1, 2. So when they both lose, obviously you increase, but even when one side wins, you would increase the other side. That would require me to save it as two separate bets, right? So I'll tell you what, let's recover if we can. And I'll take a quick break and I'll change it up. We'll change it up and I'll try that. And let's see if our results are any better than this. Because right now, this is dog doo-doo. This is doggy doo. And you know what they named the strat? Opposite 5 neighbors. Seriously? Come on, people. Let's give these things good names, man. Let's give these things good names. I don't know what we call them, but I'm sure as hell not going to call it opposite 5. Oh my gosh. All right. That was at what, 3? All right. We're going in at 4. Let's see what 4 does. All right. Okay. Let's see if we can recover this. Damn, 154. All right. As it is built here, it sucks. We're at 5 units now. All right, here's the plan. What I'm going to do is we're at 1550 money, and this is our 3rd session. I'm going to give a 4th session on this one. And what I'm going to do is if we lose this one, I'm going to go to 5 double streets and recover, try to recover. And then I'm going to take a break and I'm going to change this up so that they're independent of each other. And they don't say follow the winner, so I'm not going to. I'm just going to leave one side. You got to be kidding me. Demon Seed. All right, I am going to go one more. We're down 352 already. And it wouldn't have mattered if we were doing these independent of each other because these are full-on losses, not a win. So, yeah, I'm going to say right now, this one gives a big thumbs down, but I am going to give it a fair try when we come back. This is the last one. This is a $132 bet. I don't even know if I can recover after this. I mean, it's going to be very risky to try to recover after this. So, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I hate this strategy. I hate this strategy. It's terrible. All right, here we go. All right, what do we got? $100, 2, 4. We're going all the way in right now, or almost all the way in B deep. Let's see what we can do. Still, this is only $80 win. We'd have to win so many in a row. I'm probably going to just take the loss. Let's see if we can get a couple, and then I'll just leave it where it's at. We'll adjust our, that's been my luck lately, folks. That's been my luck lately. All right, we're just going to leave it alone. I'm going to take a break. You know what? We're not. I'm just calling it. We may try that again, different, but I hate this strategy. I hate everything about it. I think it's the way it was played, but maybe it's better the way it is. You know, I don't know. Let me take a break and we'll see if we come back. If I don't come back, be good humans. Us against the casino. Let's effing go. All right. Cheers, guys. All right, we're back. And I tell you what I'm going to do. We have 181 balance. So let's make the ending here kind of exciting. Let's see if I can be pretty risky with it. I mean, we'll lose the whole 1,000, but we made really good money last time, right? So I'm going to play follow the winner, and we're going to see if we can get extremely lucky. We're going to go all the way in. We're all in on high. Maybe we get lucky, maybe we don't. If we get lucky right here, I'm not bringing any more money in. I decided I'm not bringing any more money in. What? I don't have enough money to place this bet. Does I have a cow? Come on, let's go. And we would have won. What a ripoff. What do you mean I didn't have enough money to place that bet? That's junk. How did I not have a place a bet? I put my max. I'll have to go back and look at it when I edit the video and see what's going on. I could not have bet more than my balance. So how do I not have enough funds? That is junky. All right. Now we're probably going to lose this one because we lost. Let's see. $100. 5, right? We have a $181 bet. We had $181. Now we have 0. Now it, what? Wow. You guys suck. What a rip. Wow. I've never encountered this problem before. I mean, I've encountered it sometimes where it will like, we would have lost. So that's kind of good. All right, let's skip that. We won't go all the way next time. Let's go $100 plus. We'll leave $1. Let's see what that does. Could we get lucky right here? Could we double our to 360? So forget doing the strategy a different way. We may save that for one session on the next day, but today is, can we recover being really risky? You know, we're not grinding. I don't have time to do that. We're just going to go all the way. Yes. Wait, what? Oh, I bet high and she hit low. Oh, we're left with $1. So that's a $9.99 loss. That's okay. I had fun today. And we had a banger day the other day, so we're still doing really, really well. All right. I don't know how we're 1,064 down. How did that work? How is this saying we're down 1,064? I never had that money to begin with. All right. Well, whatever. I'm going off of, we lost 999. I'll go back and look at the videos. If there's some way that I added more money or something, I don't think so. We'll do that. All right, that's it. Be good humans. We'll be back for the next time. And I hope to be live streaming starting on Monday, which may well be the day that you see this video. It's my Friday. So you kind of know the timeline. Be good humans. Much respect, much love to you guys all. The amount of support I've gotten from you guys in DMs, in the chat history and YouTube has been nothing short of just super heartwarming. So seriously, I freaking love this community. I love all of you that are been watching this. So thank you. All right. Have a great day. Cheers.